Ba-ba. Push it to the limit. I just added that song. Oh, by the way, That's a Show. Welcome to That's a Show. Yeah, sorry, we're just broke into it. I actually just added that song to my gym playlist.
Oh yeah, it's a must.
Push it to the limit. I don't know why it took so long for it to get on there, but
It should have been. It's like that one, and You're the Best Around.
oh, that's number
Yeah.
one.
And like the Rocky, me, it's like the Rocky Four.
All the Rockies
Yeah,
are on
all the
there.
Rocky, but Rocky
The
Four too.
montage.
The montage, yeah.
There's
Training
no
montage.
easy way out.
Yeah.
The Burning Heart.
Burning
is on
Heart.
there. Yep.
I Have the Tiger. Obviously.
I Have the Tiger actually
played out.
not.
I fast forwarded.
It's actually not on there.
Yeah, I go.
Yeah.
But
You know what's not on there is Like a Prayer by Madonna.
That's. I think I have the only song I have of Madonna's. I think La Isla Bonita on my.
You have a Madonna song on your gym list?
Of course, because I was like, I was going. One of the ladies that work out there, I'm like, she was on her headphones, and I go, you know what? I always wanted to create a game show where I go around and try to guess what you're listening to by, even just genre. Yeah, you don't need to be like specific, but just genre. She's like, look at me. She goes, what are you listening to? And I'm like, the Conan soundtrack, obviously. But yeah, come on, man. Like, how can you not have the Conan soundtrack? But back to, I have La Isla Bonita, which is one of my favorites.
La Isla Bonita.
But actually, like last night, I was just changing channels, and my sister-in-laws were in the house, and Like a Prayer was on, right? The music video. So
yeah,
we started watching it and this and that, and I'm like, we're talking about like all the controversy it was back in the day. You know how they canceled it, and Pepsi, I guess, pulled the ads too. And then I told him, I go, do you know what Like a Prayer, what the meaning of the song is, like what it's about? It's not about like praying, and it's about blowjobs. You know that, right? Like going down. Did you know that?
Yeah. Like it was controversial at the time. It's because of it hits us. It makes like the carnal desires.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed with the parallels of spiritual devotion.
Yeah, like I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees.
Yeah, so basically, I guess making a guy come is just as good as praying. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she's going on my knees and I'm gonna take you there, like take you to take you to heaven, like because my blowjobs are so awesome that I'm gonna take you to heaven.
They didn't know that. I mean,
no, they didn't know that.
That was Madonna's. That's Madonna's shtick, right? She always
like a virgin, right? Like just like Quentin said in Reservoir Dogs. It's about being fucked again,
and for the very first time.
Yeah, it's right there. It's not about being a virgin. It's about that same feeling you had as a virgin when you were getting fucked, right? So
she always dangled that line. That was her shtick. I'm surprised I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean,
there it is.
That was.
And we had the argument, the usual. They're always here. We always argue. And
I mean, look what she named herself, Madonna.
Exactly.
It's like it's a religious thing, right? But that was part of her deal. So I mean, it still is, even though she's just grotesque to look at, and she should probably go away. Do you remember the documentary she did how many years ago, which was in the theaters, and they were threatening for her show. Yeah, Truth or Dare. And they were threatening her show here at the Sky Dome, when it was at the Sky Dome, that they weren't going to continue with it because she was doing sexual explicit
she's going to finger herself on stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
The part I remember of that was just Kevin Costner coming in backstage after.
Yeah.
Was telling her that her show was neat.
Yes. That was
like putting her finger in her mouth. Like,
I remember where she had her crew when they do a little pep talk before they go out, and she said the fascist state of Toronto.
And the way she said Toronto.
You fucking whore.
Toronto.
Shut up. But yeah. No, I'm surprised I didn't know that. It was interesting. Very interesting. She's still alive and kicking. I don't know what she's done to her face, but
Not only her face, like everything, her whole
everything.
yeah,
She's just what?
and wasn't like didn't she bang her daughter's boyfriend
Her
too?
boyfriend's
Yeah.
like 20 something,
Yeah, but her daughter's
27 or
boyfriend too,
something.
like at one
Is
point.
it a daughter's
No,
boyfriend?
that's
Yeah.
like the one, I don't know how many now, but yeah, she's a predator for younger.
I think it's safe to say we know where she's going when all is said and done.
Yeah. Yeah, just the videos alone, Not that we're Bible thumpers, but yeah.
Oh, we're not perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
we're on the fence. Who
But
knows?
she sold her soul. Let's just get
But
it. She
yeah,
sold her soul
yeah,
to get that
she's,
where she's at right now. So I
and
don't
then
know.
of course she's gotten political too over the last little while.
Really?
She's anti-Trump as well. She has said things about Trump. She actually called for his assassination
Oh
in
yeah, yeah.
in not so many words a few years ago. Yeah, which is surprising. She's living in England, and
No.
England is like so anti-free speech, where you have police just breaking down your fucking door for something you posted on Facebook or something like that, which is probably why they're on their they just finished their seventh prime minister in the last
Yeah.
decade.
He resigned.
The UK is just an absolute disaster. So Keir Starmer resigned officially on Monday, and that's that's the seventh prime minister in 10 years. It's like my
Slimy.
question, like at what point as a country do you realize that shit's not going well? How does it change? How do you vote differently? How does eventually do you get to that point? It's the same thing for me. How I feel here in Canada. It's like this is what 12 years under liberal
Yeah.
government. It's not great. It's not going well, right?
It's coming soon here. I mean, it's already here, but it's coming. It's gonna be.
If you look at South
It's like what's a
America,
population, right, of England versus here, and we're gonna get there real soon.
well, my fear here is that we're screwed for a long time
Yeah.
because there's so much friction within the Conservative Party. I don't think they can get their shit together
Oh.
to win elections moving forward anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, you look at South America. South America is going crazy
Yeah.
right now with right wing politicians winning. Like the Colombian elections just finished, and they have elected their guy who's completely anti-left, anti-woke, and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
he's ready to crack down on the cartels and this and that. We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, those guys usually tend to, find themselves in a box. So good luck to them. But it's just there's a shift, and I
I think it's too late for England. UK too late. Germany too late. Canada too late. I think.
I think we're getting there, and it's all immigration. Whether I mean those, let's have you don't want to have uncomfortable conversations, is what I always hear. No, you don't want to have uncomfortable conversations.
Keep bringing illegals, man. Like it's
Because that's the uncomfortable conversation that you need to have. One of the reasons Keir Starmer had to resign eventually was this grooming gang rape thing that was going on. I don't know that I brought it to your attention. I told you to follow it a bit. Did you manage to listen to any of it and
a
get?
little bit, but not like all the details. And like
I mean, well, basically, this was
it's
based
been
on
going on for years, right? Like that was the crazy part that I couldn't believe.
from the 1990s
Yeah,
to about the
insane.
2010s, and allegations of governmental institutional failures, which was failures to respond to the problem or downplay or
Yeah.
cover it up. And why? Because predominantly Muslim men of Pakistani heritage
Mhm.
were the main culprits here, where they would basically, and there's some, like, I don't want to get into the weeds, the details of what happened to some of these young ladies.
Yeah.
And it's targeting white women too, white kids, like young white teenagers. Just imagine our daughters, right? Like, you know what I mean? And funny enough, Keir Starmer was equivalent to like the attorney general. So he oversaw some of this shit and basically ignored it. And why? Why do we ignore it? Because of suicidal empathy. It's something that I refer back to all the time. Gad Sad, who's a local professor in Canada, wrote a book about it. It makes so much sense. And what they focus on is the backlash to certain groups who, instead of focusing on the actual crimes that are going on, right?
Yeah.
They're trying so hard to cover up all this shit so there's no backlash. And so the last
Is it
few
only
weeks,
backlash, or is it so they're covered? You think it quiet that way, or is it they're quiet too with like money? I think
but they also
Are they
don't
all
want to
crooked?
ruffle. They also don't want to ruffle the
They're
feathers of their
voters
voting base,
voting.
right?
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
And this all plays into the whole theory of, the replacement theory, right? Like, why do they get away with it? How do they get away with it for so long? How come nobody gives a shit?
Nobody.
Do none of these motherfuckers have daughters?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Does this fuck have a daughter? Does
I
anyone?
have, I have
But even
no
if you
idea.
have daughters, I don't think they even give a shit. It's all
They
about
don't care.
they're greedy. They're all about themselves. They're greedy. You know, they're selfish parent. Like they might probably be selfish parents. Never home, probably have like how many mistresses? Who knows what? You know, hookers everywhere, or they're probably part of that ring. Maybe they're banging those. You know, those younger. You know,
I
younger
wouldn't put
women.
it past it anymore. I wouldn't put it
They're
past
part
it.
of that. They're customers. You know what I mean?
It's about preserving their powers, right? It's about what keeps me in power, what keeps me in this position, because that's all I give a shit about.
Mhm.
And it's so funny because some of these leftist politicians are Epstein, 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 Epstein.
Yeah.
No media, no news media, any of the major media
Anything now recently? Nothing.
that's come
Zero.
out as CNN, ABC,
Everyone's quiet.
Sky News, pick BBC, pick it, whatever the fuck. Everybody's ignoring it. But
Why?
these are the same people because they don't want to ruffle the feathers. They don't want to come off looking like, oh, we're targeting a group and all of this is not good.
Yeah, but the
And-
Epstein is different because Epstein is like the elite, right? The elite who are involved, so they don't want to. It's a ruffle, different type of feather, you know. Like,
But every day they talk about it. Every day they push it. Oh,
Yep.
Donald Trump is covering up the Epstein file. Do you remember when Harvey Weinstein was manipulating and banging willing actresses who just wanted
Yeah.
to get ahead,
yeah.
And they were all over him because of that. How do you stay silent with something like this? I don't get it. I mean, I gave you a theory. They want to hold on to power. They're still very scared of being called racist or pointing out a certain group.
Or also they're
Um,
involved. They're involved in some way.
Maybe they are, but I think it more has to be with not ruffling the feathers of their voting base. They realize because of the massive amount of immigration,
Yeah.
they can't rely on the white vote.
No.
They just can't.
No, I mean, we're dwindling in numbers, so we are minority. So who are we? What votes are we? Nothing. Nothing's left.
And same thing with that young kid back in December. Henry Nowak was his name.
Yeah.
He was stabbed to death by a Sikh who was lawfully wearing, his swords and garbs, which is,
Legal.
a law, which is legal only for them based on their religious reasons.
Mhm.
You and I can't carry a knife around if we're British citizens. And he misled the police. He called the police, told them that I'm being racially assaulted, whatever the fuck that means. The
Sticks and
police,
stones, motherfucker.
they stabbed the shit out of the poor kid. They got there. I don't know if you saw the body cam.
Yeah.
It's like an extremely
Brutal.
disturbing thing where
Brutal.
they just didn't believe him. I can't breathe. Whatever happened, I can't breathe.
It's forgotten.
It's a white kid, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to believe him.
White
And
kids
you
can breathe. Yeah.
I don't think you have been stabbed, mate, was exactly what one
These
of the
are
police officers
white
said.
cops too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a woman cop standing over saying, shouldn't we check it out? Like she's asking, shouldn't we check it out? Instead of
yeah.
take the fucking
Take
initiative.
action. Take action.
Grab your partner and say, hey, maybe this kid has been stabbed. I don't know if he would have had a shot or not, but
At least
this again.
there was a chance.
And Keir Starmer's first release, other than saying, my prayers are to that family, let's not turn this into blah, 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 right? Let's not turn this into backlash against this community, this or that. So right away, they're blaming the backlash. They're focusing on that than the actual fucking crime.
Yeah.
How are your police officers? One of them retired on their own.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody, as far as I know, still have the job. I mean, there's still a review to go.
Traffic duty.
It's so frustrating.
It's horrible,
It's so
man. It's all over. Man. It's even here. The law sucks. Like I watch Squatters. It's like the Squatters reality. It's not a reality show. It's just a show, like almost like a true crime show. And I can't believe how the law protects these fucks. It's
crazy.
It's insane, man. Like, some of the stories if you watch every episode, I just get like frustrated and think of like, if this happened to me, what would I do? Like,
There's a cousin of mine who lives out in Newmarket,
mhm.
and they had an issue with a
Squatter?
basement renter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They basically went quite some time without payment, basically, and there was nothing they can do about it.
Yeah. Neil, his parents had the same issue where it was like and the guy was I think he was a tow truck driver who was renting the basement with his girlfriend.
They're a
And
shifty bunch.
yeah. So I guess this was during a snowstorm. Then one of the neighbors' car just was stuck in the snow, and so Neil's dad went out with some other neighbor to help, push it. And then the tow truck driver's like, wait, I'll do it, right? I'll take the tow truck and pull him out, so you can charge him. But by the time he got up, Neil's dad and the neighbor got him free, and that guy, the tow truck driver, just from that day on, just snapped because he could have made whatever it was, $60 to pull this guy
Wow.
out of the snow. And then, so from that day on, he wasn't paying the rent. And then he made their life a living hell and blah, 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 where to the point where he was threatening to blow up the house with the kids in it. So that Neil's dad and everything, they had to move out to a hotel. I think they went. This tow truck driver knew some of the cops. So the cops were making Neil's dad's life a living hell as well. So it took forever, like maybe a couple of years to deal with him. These squatters, man. Oh, like there's where the mattresses are? Don't bring up mattresses again. But this one, these are squatters. I think because there's 3 homes that the bank took ownership of, because I guess the owners either passed away or couldn't pay their mortgage, so the bank took over. And these are empty homes, and you can tell again with the mattresses or the tall grass. But now I figured out that these are squatters, because one of the parents of that my kid's school, they told me, like, see the house up, that big mansion that they're building, and I guess they stopped building because they didn't have the permits or the money to finish it off. So there's actual squatters in there. Say, like, if I was like homeless, I'd do the same thing probably. I'd go into a mansion, and just like Eddie Murphy did in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of mattresses, you have another
Well,
mattress.
It was a crazy mattress story. I don't know why. Ever since you brought up the mattress thing,
Now you see them, right?
now it consumes my life.
That's all we see now are mattresses.
I came back in from a walk with my dog, and I forgot to take my phone with me. And I walk in and I'm like, fuck, I forgot, my phone. There's a mattress sitting outside in front of a house. I'm supposed to take a picture of these every time I see them. And my wife is like, why? I'm like, don't you listen to the show?
Okay.
I'm like,
But you know what we talk. That's all we
you
talk about.
support me? You don't support
Mattresses.
me.
That's
You
all
don't
we talk
support me
about.
do anything. You don't listen to the show. Follow the episode.
That's all we talk about is
There's a
mattresses.
mattress thing going on here. So, but anyway, it was a beautiful, like, Posturepedic thing. It looked brand new. It didn't have the color of the red. It was like,
It wasn't stained.
it was a nice black and white looking thing. You could tell, like, it looked new. It was weird. So that one was out. So she takes the dog for the walk later on in the day.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the renter, who is an African guy in that gypsy house,
Yeah.
she's seeing him run down the street
Oh man, I wish you had video of that.
with that thing over his head. I'm like, did you have your phone with you? She's like, yeah. I'm like, and you didn't take a video, I just finished telling you what mattresses mean
That
to
would
us.
be that would have been the video right there. That's the evidence that would have cracked the case.
You could post that on our Instagram account, and it's gonna get. That's how we start getting ad money to watch some
African guy carrying a mattress.
Some African guy running down, and it's a king size, bro. Like it's not.
I don't have a king.
It wasn't a double. This was a king, and he had it over his head. So anyway, 2 days later, I'm going to work at 4:00 in the morning, and I took a picture of what must have been his old mattress sitting outside.
But he brought it all the way back. He carried it back to that same spot. Like
No. He put it out in front of his place,
okay.
whatever.
They replaced it, so they wouldn't.
Now,
know.
if I was the owner of that house, I'd be like, hey, dummy, unlimited garbage was the previous weekend. What am I supposed to do with this?
I know.
But instead of that, there's now a second mattress out there. And I showed you a picture of that too. So you could put that on so 2 mattresses, but one of them, man, I don't know. Even if I'm on like hard times, even if I'm going through it, could you see yourself grabbing
No,
just a
I
random
told you
mattress?
the two things.
It's
Like
weird.
actually, even I mean, I remember when I first moved on my own, and my uncle offered me his couches, and which is his family, but still, like now I wouldn't do that. I couldn't get a couch off the marketplace. I couldn't get a mattress. Forget it, or someone's underwear. Like you know what I mean? Like things that touch.
I don't want my boys touching your boys.
Yeah, like imagine underwear. Like I know that
No.
who's telling me that people go to Winners and try on like even the bathing suits or the underwear, the undergarments. They try them on in the change rooms.
You can't try on underwear.
No, they say like Helen goes, they put it over their clothes. I go, but there must be some women that put it like right under, like on themselves for sure.
like I
It's gotta
try
be.
I try swim trunks on. Do you think there's people that take their under off just so
I
they can know
guarantee
the,
you. I
they
guarantee
know
you.
the full feeling
Guaranteed.
of what it's like?
Guaranteed, man.
Come on,
I would never, man. I okay.
gypsies.
I'm like extra large, whatever, and then I bring them home and I wash them right away because I'm not. There's no no chance. Well, did you remember? I don't know if you remember Stacy's story. I don't know if I ever told you it, but she had a story where, and again, I don't know if this is a wife's like a a story that goes around, but she said that her friends, I think her mom passed, her grandmother, and they um bought a dress from say Winners. I think it was Winners to bury her in, and then they actually put her in that dress, and then they changed their mind. So they took the dress off and they returned it back to Winners.
Oh,
And then that person, the next person who bought it, supposedly broke out in like some hives or rash because
what the fuck?
yeah, like I don't know if this is like one of those stories that goes around. You know what I mean? But she didn't say a friend of a friend of a friend. She just said her friend. You know.
But why? Why was there an outbreak? What did she die?
No, they say
Uh,
like on a corpse, man. Like you're putting a dress on a dead body, which is
It's dead.
decomposing, but it's decomposing. So there's shit like it's not. Come on, man. What are you talking about? Would you wear that like a suit of like a dead man's suit?
No, but is it not cleaned up, embalmed, whatever you call it?
I don't know, but it's still
The body
I
is
feel
like,
it's still decomposing. I think it's still
well,
like,
for sure, yeah, it is. But
like they say like even with the embalming, it's still things are happening, chemical reactions and blah blah blah.
maybe she slept on strangers' mattresses.
Okay, I think should we say this is the last discussion of mattress? Or are we still gonna?
Well, you can't now. I mean, if
If it
who
might,
knows?
yeah, who knows what's gonna come out?
Who knows what you're going to see, right?
And you know what's gonna piss me off? It's someone else that has a bigger podcast or more fan base comes up with either listens to this or
Well, that's been happening so far. Look at Howard Stern when he was
look how
talking
it's-
about ogres dying that time.
You can say what you want, but you never know, man. I'm telling you, you never know because it's not that he died. We did Ogre the day after, right?
Yeah.
Howard Stern's recently just came up, right? So
But that co-host it was probably his decision though. The guy who was on with him,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he was singing the Lambda 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 song with ease. So he was probably the fan.
Yeah, he was
and
the fan.
suggested to Howard, hey, can we talk about this?
Yeah.
And
Richard. Yeah, Richard and Sal. Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's true. Like,
But they should listen to those guys because they have the better, like Stern's fucking shit now. But those two guys should have had their own show years ago. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but it's hard to get out of that. It would be very hard to get out of that shadow, even though
Yeah.
he's become a complete disaster, like
Yeah.
a deranged, especially during COVID. My God,
man.
the fuck was wrong with him?
I don't know,
Holy shit.
He's a
The guy who used to be the ultimate shock jock, say what you want, whatever you want, wore blackface, this and that. To see what he's become,
Yeah.
holy fucking, it's a fucking shame.
I know.
It's crazy shit, bro. But back to tow truck drivers. You mentioned
Yeah.
the tow truck driver, so I wanted to ask why
The total-
why are they so violent? Why are there tow truck wars?
It's
What's
obvious, man.
Do you have any idea?
Not because
Seriously,
I'm not saying that them. I'm saying right now what's happening with these tow truck wars. It's
Yeah.
just business, right? You got one tow truck company versus another tow truck company, right? Just like I was saying, maybe like my the mechanic that his shop burned down because he was so super busy. Could have been another shop that was jealous and burned him down, right? But with this, is like more, not saying mafia, but
Well, clearly it is.
it is
Clearly,
okay, but
clearly there's an element of
yeah,
organized
well, because
crime.
yeah, if someone owns that one tow truck company, you know,
But what is it? Is it territory? Like, are you not?
it's territory.
Are
Yeah.
you not? Are you not supposed to show up at this stretch of the 403 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
And
yeah.
if I see you, there'll
Yeah.
be a problem.
100%.
So can't they get the godfathers of all these tow truck
Well,
companies
they
to
can sit
get
down.
together?
They can sit down and
sit down and figure it out.
yeah,
There's
you
a
know how
lot.
that works.
It's a lot of road out there.
It's all ego too, and it's a different demographic now, right? I don't think it's like, I don't know if it's white versus brown now or brown versus brown. Like I don't know who are these owners of these, but I think it's brown versus brown. So
Yeah, I don't.
if
I
it's
don't
brown,
know anything either.
yeah. So I don't know who it is, but that's like before. I think it was owned. It could have been owned by the Italians or the Hell's Angel or whatever. But now I think it's brown versus brown.
Yeah, I've never looked into it hard enough, but I've always been fascinated by it.
Yeah, they should make a big cool
these-
documentary to make.
That would be a great
Yeah.
documentary. And
Yeah, if
how
you have
do
the
you-
balls to go, if you have the balls to,
yeah,
cover
but
everything.
you know what though? I think you could approach a couple of guys and say, "Listen, it's for no other reason this to try and get an understanding of why this is going on."
But the hard
there-
part now, yeah,
If there's a problem with it, I walk away. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
But
Well, I remember years ago when we were making our doc for school.
The-
I was like the boxing one.
the boxing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember before that, the idea I wanted to do was tattoo shops. And I remember going to a couple of them and they were like, nah, I don't want to be on, I don't want because they don't want their shit,
Right.
whatever secrets they have or whatever they're hiding in the back, they don't want it to be uncovered. So they were like, telling me, fuck off. But then look what happened years later, all these tattoo shows started emerging. I'm like, fuck, look, this could have been you, man. Like,
Once again.
yeah. Once again, we get,
We're always late to the party.
it's not even late. We weren't late because for say podcasts, we were before podcasts. We wanted to do just to have a internet show, radio show, right?
Yeah.
And we got busy and blah blah blah. But again, late to the show, and then
The
with everything.
documentary. The documentary thing. I mean, it's too bad that didn't go further with it because I thought it was good.
Well, we remember I messaged the CBC.
Mhm.
And they go, we're going in a different direction. We're not going to go into sports. We don't want to go into sports. I go, but this is Canadian
Which was bullshit because they specialize in amateur sports.
Yeah. and Canadian. It's Canadian content.
And they cover the Olympics.
Yeah.
They were doing the Olympics
And
every year.
our idea was to go from like the underfunding of all the sports. So it was going to be boxing. We're going to do
Right.
hockey, soccer, on all the sports that are being underfunded in Canada.
I don't think hockey got underfunded.
No.
Just-
But yeah, you know what I mean.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, I meant the other sports.
What do you think funding? What do you think the funding for basketball is like in Greece?
In Greece.
In Greece, yeah.
I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to love Greek basketball, right? Like especially the Greek national team was with Fasoulas and Yanaki.
They were here. They had the World Basketball
Yeah, I remember
Championships that year, and I went to the Gardens to watch them play. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
But
You
look
see the
yeah.
videos you see in Europe of basketball games.
It was crazy. Oh my
It's-
god,
it's
epic.
incredible.
Epic.
It's
yeah.
incredible.
I think it rivals soccer. You know what I mean, or is equal like the fan base. I mean, you're not as big. The stadiums are not. I mean, the arena's smaller than
But that's
maybe-
why it's probably louder and more crazy.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
they're in this closed space.
with flames.
Like the sound, the sound is going
No
no.
fire hazard ready to happen, right? So, but look at Jan. Like, look who came out of it. Giannis's brothers, right? Like, huge in Greece, right? And the
Speaking of
world.
which,
Yeah.
newest member of the Miami Heat, Giannis Antetokounmpo, his run in Milwaukee is done. That's 12 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
And he got a championship out of it. And actually, speaking of his brother, I just read today that Milwaukee will be releasing him, and Miami.
So there you go, right?
They'll be picking him
Yeah.
up. I'm not sure if it was like a. It
that's
might have been a
key.
hoax. It might have been a
Could
hoax
be a
account,
hoax.
but I don't think so. I think he
Yeah.
goes wherever Giannis goes. But so
Miami is, I think, it's again, everyone moves to Miami because of the weather and the party, the parties, and I guess the weather's closer to it what it is in Greece too.
you put your time in Milwaukee for like over a decade, plus you got a championship out of it.
Yeah.
You really can't say anything. It's
No.
unlike, you can complain more about Brady Tkachuk, who was just traded to the Florida Panthers from Ottawa. They named him captain. They gave him long-term deal.
Yeah.
He wanted out, but he never got to finish the story. Finish my story. Which wrestler is that? It's stupid.
Yeah, like
Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, to finish the story in like but I guess there was an ending. He won a championship.
Exactly.
What else can you go unless you're like a Jordan who wants to get 6 championships? You know what I mean?
And he was never a guy. I've never heard him talk shit about his situation in Milwaukee.
No. He was happy.
But
He's got other reasons.
But I think when the time came, it was like,
it's better for the team too, right?
When the time came, he was like, "Yeah, I'll take a move. Let's keep it quiet." I think that relationship is always going to be tight between the organization, and Giannis, and that's a show.
That's a show. Bye, everybody.
Bye.